Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name is NORFAEZAH binti ABDULLAH from Diploma in Public Administration UITM Sabah. Now I would like to present the article from any journal on subject of procurement. The first three topics that we have chosen is the first, next generation supply chain risk management. Second is the strategies, tips and pitfalls of modern transportation procurement. And the third is procurement and supply chain are smarter together. For information, this assignment was assigned to fulfill the requirement of the course PAD370 Public Financial Administration. In this assignment, we are required to choose minimum 10 articles from any journal on subject of procurement, then analyze the effectiveness of the procurement that conform to the procedure, the process, and the principle of the public procurement. This analysis includes the procedure used, problem faced, and the action taken in order to solve the problem. Now for the first topic is next generation supply chain risk management. This article is about the AGCO company, which is generally known as Agricultural Machinery Company in United States. AGCO product market under number of well-known brands such as the Challenger, Friend, and GSI. Due to the manufacturer of this product occur at 34 locations worldwide because of acquisition, this may lead them to the problem of lost control of their enterprise resources planning due to the different supply chains used. Okay, now what are the procedure used? The person who in charge the risk management is the manager. One of the manager of AGCO company, Mr. Stone, has come with a new procedure which establish a new system, process and capabilities to manage the procurement risk. This procedure will an escalation process to deal with risk once detected. So what are the action taken? In order to support the change, AGCO company has cleaned up their master data to implement the global instance supplier auditing solution. They also end up selecting procurers but highly capitalized Polish supplier. With the procurement machine software, which is the one of the escalation process, it may help ACGO's team to deal with the risks and the problems. Okay, for the second topic is strategy, tips and pitfall of modern transportation procurement. The writer of this article is Bob Jerris, states that the biggest problem in transportation today is change. This problem leads to the company to rethink their plan, optimize, execute, and collaborate with trading partners. It means that the supply chain network at the old style must be replaced with more innovative ideas. So what are the procedures used? Bob Jerris also highlights that there are four main categories of capability that are essential that can be some procedure of solving above. It includes bid preparations, execution, optimization, and the red activation. So what are the action taken? Apply with the four essential procedures given by the writer as stated at the procedure section. Besides selecting a technology partner, the company should select the experienced technology partners such as TMS software to ensure provider delivers consulting expertise. Okay, the third article is procurement and supply chain are smarter together. This article was written by Dr. Mandaf Durba. He mentioned that Chief Supply Chain Officer and Chief Procurement Officer are smarter together. The problem detected in supply chain and procurement are both need continue collaboration together. The problem means that CSCO and CPI will need to collaborate very closely. As the supply chain and the procurement teams come together, there are several use cases that can be tackled to add tremendous value to both the organization and the extended stakeholder. There are 7 procedures and action taken. First, building optionality in the supply chain through collaborative sourcing. Second, optimizing supplier selection, combining the best of supply chain and sourcing attributes. The third, optimizing business spend across the enterprise. The next, securing contingent workforce to support supply chain needs. And the 5, mitigating supply risks. 6, collaborating with supply on demands, forecast, inventory, and the capacity. And the last is improving end-to-end visibility and regulatory compliance. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is SOFEANA SOFRI, and today I would like to present about Amazon handle the counterfeiting risk of offshore sourcing. Okay, the problem is this article was written by Steve Banker. He said that when companies construct supply chains around new product, they often decide to engage with partner in China or other low-wage nation for manufacturing. However, this choice comes with the risk of counterfeiting. The article mentions that Kindle and Amazon companies will suffer the counterfeiting risk of offshore sourcing. The procedure and actions that can be taken is the writer has suggested some procedures that can be made as action that can be taken by their companies to overcome the counterfeiting risk. The writer explained that procedure that can be taken based on expert experience, able and benchmarks that the manufacturer must understand the range of solutions, technologies, and the methodologies that they can employ to prevent counterfeiting. A one-solution-fits-all approach may not be best to solve the counterfeit or division problems. It is important to understand the extent of methodologies and technologies that can address anti-counterfeiting and brand protections. The right solutions must examine the supply chain, the product, the technologies, policies, training, global standard, organizational team, and enforcements. Okay, the next one is about NUSkin select XPO as a lead logistic provider in a vested outsourcing agreement. The problem is this article was written by Banker. The case of issue involved in this article is quite similar with the AGCO company, NUSkin Enterprise, a direct seller of nutritional supplements that they develop and distributes, recently signed a lead logistic deal with XPO Logistic to manage their global supply chain logistic function due to manufacture of NUSkin occur at 54 locations worldwide due to acquisitions. This may lead them to lose control of their enterprise resource planning due to different supply chain issues. The procedure and action that can be taken is the writer shares the action taken by the companies in avoiding risks that may be faced by them. NUSkin and XPO Logistic will use the win-win business relationship, which consists of the procedure like the first one, outcome-based versus transaction-based business model. The second one is focus on what and not the now. The third one is clearly defined and measurable desired outcomes. The fourth one is pricing model incentive are optimized for cost, service, and trade-off. And the last one is insight versus oversight governance structure. Okay, the next one is about blockchain technology revolutionized supply chain. The problem is the writer of this article is Steve Banker. In this article, he mentioned that blockchain technology revolutionized supply chain application problem almost all of the internet site and web enable application share, which is ensuring that the system can be hacked. Building unbreakable system is virtually impossible. It is true that software that resides on site at a company is far more vulnerable than platform software, even public or private clouds. That is because cloud software providers do a security patching on an ongoing basis. The procedure and action that can be taken is, we can use the concept of Mr. Lemmy, which pursuing a similar to the existing Bitcoin financial application. Pallet with RFID tags or other input device will communicate their need to get from point A to point B by a certain date. The mining applications will bid for the right to move that lot. Then, as the move progresses, the blockchain will continue to track the shipment. Okay, the finding and the conclusion of this article is the different company or area of business has their own strategy on how to handle their procurement and sourcing issue toward their organizations. All of the procurement problems or issue at the companies face procurement problems based on the economic condition and the risk that comes from the behavior. The behavior of economy cannot be controlled. The manager need to have a good communication skill as they need to sit together as a team to discuss about any problems and risks that they suffer in their procurement activities. Moreover, manager or board of directors must always upgrade their knowledge and skill as the economic of the world are keep changing day to day. All in all, to settle any problems, the needs of knowledge, skill, and the new strategy needs to be considered. The innovation of strategy is must to do a change in the procurement management activity. Okay, that's all from our book. Thank you.
Hi, salam sejahtera. My name is JALIPIN. Now I would like to present my part in our presentation. The first point is creating career partnership is key to procurement success. The problems in this article is written by Tim Belton in 2016. In his article, he stated that a lot of shippers are realigning their rates and commitments with their carriers in what has been a soft market. This proved cost-effective with shippers reducing their rates between 5 and 15%, as the economic condition will always be depending on its factor such as inflation and unemployment. The rates of commitments of the shipper may also vary to the consequence of economic performance, so that the problem of realigning rates and commitments among the shipper need to be solved in order to avoid any issues in procurement. So the procedure is, Tim has suggested a procedure to the shipper, which is be consistent, don't be concerned, go into your event with your eyes wide open, and last, collaborate with your operation team during the setup phase of the RAP and during the award process. And the action taken is, first, to solve the problems. The carrier must keep building the partnership and post-event management in any procurement event and realize expected saving, service capacity, and maintaining commitment. The second point is bid activity, strategies, and trend. Problems. This article is written by Qubit and Prabhu. In this article, he stated that ID optimization and procurement are truly foundational for companies to achieve supply chain excellence and drive value. Procurement process and bid activities have a significant impact on shipper and carriers, and making it critical for companies to establish good sourcing practice. The better the economic condition, the better the value of the interest rates. So the procedure and action taken is, the writers mentioned that in order for shipper to proactively tackle the problem, it is important to take these procedures as an action to solve the problem. The procedure that The take are as follow. First, give at least a month of preparation time before going into bid. Second, bidding the entire work is an effective strategy as it allows companies to leverage the entire freight spend and give enhanced visibility to an entire network of carriers. Third, truckload and intermodal should be a bid out together. Last, the result of the bid needs to be implemented at most 30 to 45 days after completion of the process. Third point, advanced bid design, robust lane and carrier classification. The problem is this article is written by Ben Cubitt. Based on the article, he stated that there are three critical elements of a truckload bid event, which are the upfront development of bid strategy, the execution of the bid, and the use of scenario management tools to drive final bid assignment. So the procedure and action taken, Cubitt mentioned that procedures that can be made to overcome those problems are evaluate. First, evaluate how lanes are segmented for business purpose. Second, classify lanes based on service expectation. Third, shipper generally want to classify lanes as internal replenishment lanes, customer delivery, or critical time windows lanes. Fourth, include indicators on how the lane will be assigned. And five, the last, shipper may want to look the bid lanes for particular product family or for a geography region holistically. And the last point, moving beyond methods to methods in supply chain decision making. So the problem is, this article was written by Argot and Murthy. In this article, they mentioned that the data models provide insight, but humans make decisions, and those decisions are not always rational. This article was reporting that anchoring effect is alive and well in almost every transportation procurement decision. So the procedure and action taken is, the writer said that at least identify biases using three classic negotiation and measurement techniques. So first, anonymizing data works great for most comparison. This is the simple way to eliminate cognitive bias. Two, second, write down the supplier ranking anonymously in parallel. It is to estimate the project length and averaging those estimates for the best timeline. This procedure is really to resolve the anchoring effect. Then third, last, do simulation and evaluate the stakeholder feedback, because it helps to see some team members start to give every reason why it is a bad idea to close down the DC. The detailed document and quantitative analysis of all the quality point raised is great input for data modeling and project planning. This step also minimizes the additional factors creeping into later scenario discussion. So that's all from me. Thank you.